Is she the first person to sing a devotional song, a Muslim girl, a Muslim who sung a Hindu devotional song, or played a character, or played a part, or sung something which is not of her religion? Is she the first person who, despite being a Hindu, has played the role of a Muslim or a Christian? Let's just jog our memories and get a reality check. This is India. We don't look at religion, we look at the characters, we look at the music, we look at the voice. They were all blindfolded. They didn't know she was wearing a hijab and singing a Hindu devotional song. That's the reality of that reality show. And that's what they picked her up for, because she sounded so true and so soulful. So let's debate this tonight, and let's stand with Suhana. India with Suhana is the hashtag. Good evening to our panelists. We've got Dr. Zina Shaukat Ali with me here in the Mumbai studio, Adwaita Kala, author, Trisha Shetty, lawyer and the She Says founder CEO, Ricky Cage, music composer and Grammy Award winner, joining us from Bengaluru. What are you thinking, Ricky Cage? How would you feel when you have these kind of people putting out posts and they've not yet been taken down? No action yet. That's what's happened. Maqsoodul Hasan Kazmi, National President, Imam Council of India, Syed Inayatullah, VP All India Milli Council, and Pirzada Muhammad Amin Shah, Secretary, Muslim Law Board, Jammu and Kashmir. Where is the problem, Pirzada Amin Shah? Let's start with you. What is the problem if this girl sang that song? And she sung it beautifully. What's wrong?
जहाँ तक इस लड़की का ताल्लुक है, आपने अभी कह रहे थे कि ये वाहिद एक लड़की नहीं है जिसने कोई डिवोशनल गाना गाया। बहुत सारी ऐसे हैं जो अपना फन बेच रहे हैं, जो अपने फन का मुजाहरा कर रहे हैं, तो उनके लिए ये मटेरियल है कि वो किस कौम से, किस मजहब से ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं। वो अपनी आवाज़ को, अपने फन को इजहार करना चाहते हैं। तो मुझे नहीं लगता है कि एक लड़की के इस गाने से इसमें कोई फ़र्क पड़ता है और इसको ये करना चाहिए। हाँ, उसको खुद सोचना चाहिए कि क्या वो सही कर रही है, क्या वो गलत कर रही है, लेकिन
खुद क्यों सोचना चाहिए? ये किंतु परंतु क्यों आता है? पीरजादा मोहम्मद अमीन शाह साहब, ये किंतु परंतु क्यों आता है? खुद सोचना चाहिए। क्या गलती की उसने जो उसे सोचना चाहिए? क्या मोहम्मद रफी साहब ने गाने नहीं गाए, भजन नहीं गाए? मन रे तू काहे ना धीर धरे, गंगा तेरा पानी अमृत, मोहम्मद रफी ने नहीं गाए? तो उनके लिए कुछ और कानून है और इस लड़की सुहाना के लिए कुछ और।
Will you please allow me to answer? मैंने तो ये नहीं कहा, मैंने कहा बहुत सारे ऐसे सिंगर हैं जो गाते हैं हमारे।
पर आपने कहा उस लड़की को सोचना चाहिए था।
बहुत ही पहले बात सुनिए ना मेरी।
पर आपने कहा उस लड़की को सोचना चाहिए था, सुहाना को सोचना चाहिए था। क्या सोचना चाहिए था सुहाना को?
जो उसने सोच कर ही ये गाना गाया है ना, उसने सोच कर ही गाना गाया।
तो आप
उसको अच्छा लगा, उसने गाया।
आप कह रहे हैं कि उसे सोचना चाहिए था। आप इस तरह कह रहे हैं कि उसे सोचना चाहिए था, जैसे उसने कोई गलती कर दी, कोई खता हो गई उससे।
नो, मैंने तो, आप अपने अल्फाज मेरी जुबान में रख रहे हैं। मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि उसने कोई गलती करी है। मेरे कहने का वो मतलब नहीं है। मैंने कहा वो एक फनकारा है। बहुत सारी फनकारा ये ऐसी हैं, या बहुत सारे फनकार ऐसे हैं जो, देखिए, बहुत सारे आचार्य जी हैं जो मुसलमानों के हक में जो नात्या शरीफ बनाते हैं। बहुत सारे ऐसे सिंगर हैं मुसलमान जो हिंदू डिवोशनल हैं। कश्मीर में भी एक है जिसने वो कश्मीरी गाना गाया है वो हिंदुओं के लिए। दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट ही इज नॉट ए ट्रू मुस्लिम, दैट डज नॉट मीन दैट ही इज नॉट ए ट्रू हिंदू। दैट इज अ सेपरेट इशू। मैंने कहा इस बच्ची को अच्छा लगा।
सोशल मीडिया पे लोगों को क्या उसके पीछे पड़ना चाहिए कि वो असली मुसलमान नहीं है, और उसके यहां तक के माँ बाप को भी जन्नत नसीब नहीं होगी क्योंकि उसने हिंदू गाना गाया था, भजन गाया था?
नहीं, बात वो नहीं है। आपने दंगल का भी देखा था, उसमें भी यही प्रॉब्लम हो गई थी। आपने जितने भी आज तक आपने ये देखे हैं, वो उस ट्रोल करने वाले का जहन क्या होगा, उसने क्या कहा होगा।
तो जो ट्रोल कर रहा है वो गलत है कि नहीं? पीरजादा अमीन शाह, चलिए जी, अब आप ये बताइए, अगर उस लड़की ने कुछ गलत नहीं किया तो जिन्होंने ट्रोल किया उन्होंने गलत किया कि नहीं किया?
हाँ, उसने गलत किया है।
उन्होंने गलत किया है ना? उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए?
गलत किया है। क्या लिखा है?
वो अपने आप को मैंगलोर मुस्लिम्स का ग्रुप बताते हैं, फेसबुक पे बेधड़ाक पोस्ट कर रहे हैं। उनके खिलाफ एक्शन होना चाहिए।
ये जरूरी नहीं है कि वो बेंगलोर मुस्लिम होंगे, और भी कोई लोग होंगे।
नहीं, जो भी हो, वो ग्रुप का नाम है। नहीं, उनका ग्रुप का नाम है। आप गलत समझ रहे हैं। ग्रुप का नाम मैंगलोर मुस्लिम्स है। तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ये जो ग्रुप है, जिसने भी इस नाम से पोस्ट किया है, उनको पकड़ के इस पोस्ट को पहली बात हटा देना चाहिए कि नहीं हटा देना चाहिए? दूसरी बात, इनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए?
वो तो कानून नाफिज करने वाले अदारे बेहतर
होनी चाहिए ना, अभी तक नहीं हुई है, अभी तक कार्रवाई नहीं हुई है। सैयद इनायतुल्लाह, नो एक्शन हैज बीन टेकन येट, व्हाई? Why aren't you questioning कि जिसने भी ये पोस्ट किया है, जिसने भी ये बदसलूकी की है उस 22 साल की लड़की के साथ, why aren't you saying कि उनको immediately arrest कीजिए? Why aren't you saying? बोल दीजिए आप भी. Why don't you say it?
No, exactly. Being a Muslim lady, I think she can sing a song. I think in pictures we can see.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of devotional songs, a lot of songs.
So she has to listen. She has to go by how you think.
But at the same time, here she's wearing that hijab, that is the burqa. Why she can come out with a normal dress?
Why can't she wear hijab? What is your problem? What is your problem with her wearing a hijab and singing a devotional song? What's your problem?
We can allow her, so we need not threat her.
Who are you to allow her? Who are you to allow her, sir?
Because
who are you to allow her?
So
who are you to allow her?
Simple.
Who are you to allow her, sir?
Want to have the
who
iman,
are you to allow her?
A strong one.
Who are you to allow her? Who are you to say what you think?
Allow her what? For what?
No. What do you mean? I think we can allow her.
No. Whatever she wants to do, let her do it. We can only advise her whether she can go to hell or heaven.
Oh, who are you to advise her? Who are you to advise her?
We are not. We allow her. We don't allow her. We hold her.
Who is Inayatullah to advise anybody?
We are not.
Who is Inayatullah to advise anybody?
Because she wore a hijab and she sang a Hindu devotional song, she will go to hell? Who are you to decide that?
See,
who is he to pass?
See, in film movies, there are so many people are singing songs.
इनायतुल्लाह साहब, आप कहने वाले, आप फैसला करेंगे कौन जन्नत जा रहा है, कौन नहीं जा रहा, कौन नर्क में जा रहा है, कौन जन्नत जा रहा है?
अरे भाई, हम तो ऑब्जेक्ट तो नहीं कर रहे हैं।
आप क्या करते हैं?
No, please listen. We are not objecting. We are only advising. It's not that we allow or we disallow. It is not with us. In a secular country, and whatever the religion is, you want to practice.
Zinat Shaukat, get it?
That is not to her. But why she wants to wear the burqa and hijab and all those things?
फ्री कंट्री की लड़की है,
come with the jeans pant and t-shirt and play.
वो अडल्ट है,
to say how she should come?
क्या पहन कर गाना चाहती है?
Who are you to have this attitude as if you can decide what a woman should wear, what a woman should sing, how a woman should sing and where a woman should... Who are you to decide any of this? Who are you to have this kind of an attitude in the first place, Sayyid Inayatullah? You speak for yourself.
We are not designing.
You do not speak for anybody else. You do not sit there and advise. We can only... Who are you to advise? Who are you to advise, Sayyid Inayatullah?
We are not allowing.
Who are you to advise? There is only one code that needs to be followed by all Muslims. That is the code of the scriptures or the holy book. That is the holy book advises. You only follow. You are no one to advise, Sayyid Inayatullah. You are no one to have an opinion like that. Zinat Shaukat Ali.
You see, it is very, very unfortunate that, these kind of fatwas are being thrown around without they being asking. As a matter of fact, this entire troll and this entire, tweet that is...
If she has
now I am telling you, Sayyid Inayatullah, allow the ladies to speak, allow Dr. Zinat Shaukat Ali to speak.
Let her do it.
Now this is our debate. We are telling you to listen to the other panelists. Now you do that, sir, please.
This tweet that has been put forth and this troll which has been put forth or whatever has been put forth, the person who has put forth it or the group that is involved with this has to be punished. Because in the first instance, we find that social media of this kind, tweeting against women, whether it is her or whether it is somebody else, is getting out of control. And I think the government now has to take some action as to punish such people. There has to be accountability. That is point number one. Point number two is that, I think this holier than thou attitude as to who is going to heaven and who is going to hell is nobody's domain. That is between God and the human being, between Allah and the creation. Who are you to say that she is going to heaven and she is going to hell? That is the second thing that is wrong. The third thing I think that needs absolute correction is that in this great country of ours, in this India of ours, we have had always a synthesis of Indo-Islamic culture. I have written a whole paper called The Synthesis of Indo-Islamic Culture, and I have numbers of examples which I am carrying here in 12 pages with me. Now, there was Al-Baruni who translated the Bhagavad Gita, who translated the Mahabharata and the Ramayana into into Persian, so that the Muslims at that time who used to read and write Persian, it was the state language, would be able to understand what these books contain. And Abul Fazl, as a matter of fact, wrote the preface to the to the Mahabharata. So one has to understand that whatever you say, sir, you are taking people away from the culture of India. The culture of India is to understand each other, to respect each other, to hold each other's views, and our views are not all that different. Please let me tell you. Please let me tell you. What did Dr. Muhammad Iqbal say? Did you ask him about this question? Khake watan ka mujhko har zarra devta hai. Did you say that he's a kafir, that he should be disbanded and he should not be allowed to write this kind of poetry? There have been hundreds of poets in India who have written likewise.
Not just poets. Now, come on.
Not
Adwaita Kala.
Dr. Zeenat Shaukat Ali, not only are they impinging on Women's Day, on the rights of a woman, the question is, will they decide? Have they taken the role of Allah himself, that they will decide who will go to hell and who will go to Jannat?
I'm absolutely, I'm in agreement with you, Naivika. I'm in agreement. This is, nobody has the right.
Adwaita Kala, let me take,
it is between God and the human being, and nobody else has to take a decision.
What reeks of this, if not patriarchy, when a girl is told that because her parents let her be, they will not receive Jannat? Are they also saying that women cannot choose what they want to do? What exactly are they doing? Are they trivializing womanhood, God, or are they trivializing the right to choice of a woman, a 22-year-old woman in this country?
All three. All three, in all three you're right. You see, you cannot, first of all, you belittle women, you lower their position, you impinge patriarchy, you impinge misogyny and your own ideas, which Islam is not for. You see, these are the kind of approaches and ideas.
Let me get in Adwaita Kala as well on that.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Adwaita Kala.
Next panelist, yes.
Yes, I think thank God for voices for Dr. Zeenat Shaukat Ali, because what you're seeing is a very unseemly trend which has been happening for a while. When you saw what happened with Sania Mirza, with Mohammad Kaif, with Shami, with the RJ in Kolkata, and now this very recent incident which has taken place in Karnataka, where this is this kind of aggressive chauvinism, religious chauvinism, which is brought upon to prevail, especially on women, to make them subscribe to a certain definition of what it means to be true to your faith, which is in complete denial of the rights guaranteed to you by the Constitution. So I think it's very important that we have shared values as Indians, as people who live under a Constitution,
not just that,
and in this democratic secular republic, which will not be compromised by individual belief systems. I'm sorry to say that.
This no reprimand coming through from the Muslim community directly to these kind of trolls and radicals is also an indication, and it is a worry. I'm just going to bring in Maqsoodul Hasan Kazmi, who's the chairman of the national president of the Imam Council of India. Sir, the core ethos of Islam in India is Sufism. Sufism is steeped in music. And today you have voices who have a problem with music. How is this? This is a departure from what the philosophy of India is, what the ethos and the sense of India is. Who is anybody, and why is it that the community itself is not coming out and showing its angst and anger against these people, these kind of elements? You people have to be the first to step out and say, this is wrong. You dare not stop anybody from trying to exploit and do a good deed. If they have a talent, they have the ability, they have the right to earn a living out of it and to showcase it. And they are doing it in a very dignified manner. Maqsoodul Hasan Kazmi, you should come out, you should be the first to come out and say that.
Anand Narasimhan, yes, I appreciate your views, and this is true. The main source of Islam is Sufism, and we stand by it. But the people who have commented on this girls' songs, they are unknown people. But the bigger issue, which you people and the mainstream media is ignoring of yesterday, Giriraj Singh, a minister
How does it matter what Giriraj Singh says? What matters to me tonight is what do you think about the elements within the Muslim community, sir? You can always point fingers at others. You can always point fingers at. I am asking you, sir. Are you do you stand? Let me ask you. You can make your point about Giriraj Singh after answering this. Do you stand with Suhana Saeed? Do you stand with Suhana Saeed?
Why don't you raise the
please? You're raising the wrong issue. You're raising the wrong issue. No, Imam Sahib, you're raising the wrong issue. You are erasing the wrong issue. I am asking you, sir, are you with Suhana Saeed or are you with this group that calls itself Mangalore Muslims? Sir, who are you with tonight?
You are equating
Kazmi Sahab.
unknown people.
No, Kazmi Sahab, I'm asking you a straightforward question. Kazmi Sahab,
Union Minister.
Sir, we have never endorsed divisive comments from anybody. Sir, we have never endorsed divisive comments against anybody. I am telling you, sir, I'll be the first person to stand up against any divisive comment. But tonight my question is different. No, Maqsoodul Hasan Kazmi, sir, my question is different. Please listen to me. I request you, sir. Please listen to my question. Please listen to my question. Kazmi Sahab.
Female foetus are being aborted in
Kazmi Sahab. I humbly request you. Kazmi Sahab. My question is tonight, sir, is straightforward. Do you stand with Suhana Saeed or do you stand with this group called Mangalore Muslims? Who do you stand with?
काज़मी साहब, ये वन वे ट्रैफिक मत रखिए। काज़मी साहब, बहुत इज्जत से आपसे अर्ज कर रही हूँ, बहुत इज्जत से आपसे कह रही हूँ, आपसे दरख्वास्त कर रही हूँ कि सवाल सुन ले, पहले सवाल सुन ले फिर जवाब दें। ये वन वे ट्रैफिक मत करें कि आप बोलते जाएंगे और हम
सुन के अनसुना कर रहे हैं।
काज़मी साहब, मैं आपसे सिर्फ एक छोटा सा सवाल पूछ रही हूँ। काज़मी साहब, आप एक सवाल सुन ले, दरखास्त है आपसे कि सवाल सुन ले। काज़मी साहब, मैं आपसे सवाल पूछ रही हूँ, अगर आप सवाल नहीं सुनेंगे तो मुझे जबरन आपका जो वॉल्यूम है वो डाउन करना पड़ेगा, फेडर डाउन करना पड़ेगा। काज़मी साहब, आप पहले सवाल सुन ले। मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, 22 साल की सुहाना है, 22 साल की सुहाना है, हिजाब पहनकर उसने एक हिंदू डिवोशनल सॉन्ग गाया, एक भजन गाया। इसमें क्या गलती है? किसी मुसलमान को क्या हक है कि वो उसे ट्रोल करे? और क्या ऐसे ट्रोल्स, ऐसे लोग जो उन्हें कह रहे हैं और उनके माता पिता को कह रहे हैं कि उन्हें जन्नत नसीब नहीं होगी, ये फैसले क्या इस जमीन पर आप सब करेंगे कि किसको जन्नत नसीब होगी, किसको नहीं होगी? ये फैसले आप करेंगे क्या काज़मी साहब?
नाविका, मैं ऐसे स्टेट्समैन को कंडेम करता हूं और ये गलत कहा गया है। मेरा सवाल ये है, आप इसको इश्यू क्यों बना रहे हो, जबकि इस देश में औरतों के ढेरों इश्यूज हैं जहां औरतों की जान जान नहीं बचाई जा रही है।
तो ये इस 22 साल की बच्ची की आवाज इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, इनके माँ बाप की बात इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, वो छुप गए हैं, आज सामने नहीं आ रहे, डर गए हैं। अब उनको हौसला आपको देना है, इसलिए बात उठा रहे हैं। इमाम साहब, आप समझ नहीं रहे हैं। अगर आप जब तक इनको हौसला नहीं देंगे, ये सामने आके कंप्लेंट नहीं करेंगे। आप मेरी बात सुनिए, इमाम साहब आप पूरी बात सुनिए, इमाम साहब आप पूरी बात सुनिए, इमाम साहब प्लीज, इमाम साहब प्लीज, इमाम साहब मैं बहस नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं आपको एक पॉइंट बता रहा हूं। देखिए आप सुनिए, आप जब आप जैसे लोग इनका साथ देंगे, आप बस रुकिए तो सही। इमाम साहब प्लीज मेरे को 30 सेकंड दीजिए। मैं कह रहा हूं, जब आप जैसे लोग, डॉक्टर शौकत अली जैसे लोग और बाकी लोग आकर इनकी मदद करेंगे, इनको हौसला देंगे, तभी इनमें हौसला आएगा कि ये सामने आकर कंप्लेंट कर सकें। क्योंकि आज सच्ची बात यह है, रियलिटी यह है सर, कि कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट में और अथॉरिटीज ने अब तक एक्शन नहीं लिया इन लोगों के खिलाफ, क्योंकि ये कह रहे हैं कि हमारे पास कंप्लेंट नहीं आई है। और ये जो है छोटे गांव के लोग हैं, शिमोगा के लोग हैं, ये डरे हुए हैं, ये सामने नहीं आ रहे हैं। अब आप जब तक नहीं कहेंगे सामने या डंके की चोट पर न्यूज़आवर पर कि आइए मैं आपके साथ खड़ा हूं, एज प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द इमाम काउंसिल मैं आपके साथ खड़ा हूं, आप सामने आइए, कंप्लेंट कीजिए, और चलिए इनके खिलाफ एक्शन लेते हैं, तो ठीक है, आपकी बात मैं मानता हूं. There are other elements, there are people who are other, there are other elements in other communities. I'm not saying no. I'm saying you need to stand up for Suhana Saeed. If you're doing that, I salute you, sir. That's what I'm saying. Trisha, yes.
But you are not having debate on such issues.
We will debate that separately, sir. We'll debate that separately. Let's debate India with Suhana today. Let's do that today. Let's stand up for Suhana at least together. Let's do that together.
Yes.
Let's do that together. Yes, Trisha. Yes, Trisha.
When in the 1950s,
yes,
so to quickly come in here,
Shetty, when in the 1950s, yes, Trisha, I'm coming to you. Trisha Shetty, in the 1950s, we had Mohammad Rafi Sahab singing songs and bhajans like Man Tarpat, Hari Darshan Ko Aaj.
Yes.
When he sang songs like Man Re Tu Kahe Na Dheer Dare, Ganga Tera Pani Amrit, all this was accepted in the 1950s.
Yeah.
Why in 2017, in the 21st century, are we laying down new rules just because it's a girl, just because it's Suhana, just because she wore a hijab, just because she decided to sing a Hindu devotional song? Isn't this all about the secular, united ethos of India?
Accepted in every community.
Why are certain segments of the Muslim community trolling her? Why are they saying unke parents ko jannat naseeb nahi hogi?
Very bad.
there is no justifiable reason to subject this young girl to the harassment that she has been subject to online. There is, I mean, if he could just keep quiet for 2 minutes when I address, I can't speak over him.
उन लोगों के खिलाफ आपने कभी
To the man who keeps trying to obfuscate from this issue, if he wants to talk about female feticide,
काज़मी साहब, आप किसी और की भी आवाज सुन ले. आपको अपनी आवाज से इतनी मोहब्बत है कि आप किसी और की आवाज सुनना ही नहीं चाहते. त्रिशा शेट्टी कुछ बोल रही है, उन्हें बोलने दें.
You know, sir, a couple of points. India is a secular country that is supposed to celebrate pluralism. Make no mistake about this. This is an attack against this young girl because she is a woman. Had it been a man, he would not be subject to this kind of gross harassment online. We've seen this happen time and again. To issue diktats to women, to say we will advise you on what to do, on what to wear when you want to sing certain songs, on how to behave in public, in their homes, it's not okay. There is never a justifiable reason to issue diktats to women and say, should you be wearing a certain attire? You can only behave a certain way. No, these are custodians of religion who profess that they will get access to Jannat if you behave a certain way. No, at this point we need to vehemently reject sexism. We need to vehemently reject all of these clerics coming out and putting forth that this is the only way you can be a true Hindu, Muslim if you behave a certain way. I don't know who has given them these specific guidelines that none of us have access to, and we don't want to have access to such deplorable, regressive guidelines. Coming back to this man who keeps saying there are bigger issues to talk about, of course, female feticide is a huge issue. But just because that is a problem does not mean we don't address this issue, that this girl has been harassed simply because she chose to sing another song. If he wants to talk about female feticide, we can have a separate debate about that and speak about
just ignore
what you mean.
And come to save the life of many women.
But listen, the kind of sexism, the kind of regressive attitude that you prescribe to should not just be ignored, it should be vehemently rejected. Your sexism, your deplorable, regressive attitude should not just be ignored.
The other thing is, Trisha, that these people, these elements, they always try and attack those who are weak, those who cannot defend themselves. That's why we are saying India with Suhana we need to stand.
This girl is weak. She was
strong. I'm saying when I say, please understand. This is a family comes from a small town in Shimoga. The family of the mother is a school teacher, father is a basic. Now Ricky Cage. That's the difference. They didn't have a problem with Salman Khan playing Bajrangi. They don't have a problem with A.R. Rahman for churning out such fantastic music. Where were these people when we had the likes of Madhubala, we had the likes of... we had the likes of Parveen Babi, Zeenat Aman, we had Abida Parveen Sultana, so many of them. It's an endless list. Endless list. Endless list. They didn't have a problem when Amitabh Bachchan played Iqbal and Kuli.
Nargis.
They didn't have a problem with that.
Very secular and very tolerant.
They didn't have a problem with that. So if we celebrate all of that, Ricky Cage, then the first thing that should have been done is elements like this, irrespective of which community they belong to, be it the Karni Sena in Jodhpur or Jaipur, or be it this lot here called Mangalore Muslims, they need to be plucked out and they need to be paraded there and said, you are not part of our society, you are not the ethos of India. That needs to be done.
This incident
Exactly, because in my opinion, when there is
beating and killing people.
Imam Saab, please allow the other panelists. Ricky Cage.
Yeah. In my opinion, when it comes to trolling, what is really important is that more than actually tasking the government, when trolling happens in the name of caste, or when trolling happens in the name of tradition or religion, then religious leaders, cultural leaders need to come forward and strongly condemn the trolling and say that these people are not part of our community and we have nothing to do with them, and strongly condemn their action. And this is not happening in these cases in a large enough way. Also a bigger irony is that these people, these religious fanatics, are so comfortable in passing judgments on these women who are doing such a fabulous job of singing such beautiful songs and bringing these communities together. And they are also equally extremely comfortable in letting these trolls do whatever they're doing, and actually in times praise them and not give a definitive answer that we condemn their actions. So what I would like to hear is basically these religious leaders condemning their actions and saying art is without religion, art is without culture, and we are okay with people doing whatever they want to do.
Ricky, what I want to do is, I want India to see this. I want India to see Suhana Saeed. Suhana Saeed in her hijab singing that devotional song. What a moment that is for us. Because she has come out and said, I am true to my faith, I have my beliefs, I wear my dress the way I want to do it. I don't, and I sing the song that I feel like, that I believe that I can do justice to. That's what she has done. And you have sat there, and the judges have sat there, Ricky, they have sat there blindfolded, and they have appreciated her for her talent. They have not made a decision based on whether or not she is wearing a hijab or not. But when I see this, I'm proud, because I'm happy this is happening, sir, because this can happen only in India.
That's right.
This can happen only in India, and that's the India we need to be proud about.
Yes.
To me, she's the next Malala, because she actually brought together the communities together with that beautiful
song. एक सवाल आपसे और पूछूंगी. सईद इनायतुल्लाह साहब, एक सवाल आपसे और पूछूंगी. लोगों ने कहा ये इस फेसबुक पोस्ट पे लिखा हुआ है जो मैंगलोर मुस्लिम्स ने लिखा है. उन्होंने कहा है कि क्योंकि सुहाना सईद ने आदमियों के सामने गाना गाया, इसलिए उसने बहुत बड़ा जुर्म कर दिया. आप होते कौन है ऐसी भाषा बोलने वाले? ये 21वीं सदी है, इसमें लड़कियां जो हैं वो कहां से कहां पहुंच गई हैं, चांद पर पहुंच गई हैं. आप कह रहे हैं कि वो अपना गाना नहीं गा सकती, वो भजन नहीं गा सकती लोगों के सामने. वहां जजेस हैं, वहां लोग बैठे हुए हैं, सारी टाइप की ऑडियंस है. आप इस बात से उसको जलील करेंगे कि वो आदमियों के सामने गाना गा रही थी? क्या आपका हक बनता है ऐसा करने का?
See, I fully agree with you. Hello?
Yes, Mr. Inayatullah, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah,
yes,
I fully agree with you. See, one thing we have to see here, as a girl, 23 years old girl, she wants to sing a song, let her sing. Whether devotional or love song or whatever it is not the question now. Now, if you want to apply the religion there, religion principle, religion policies, then first of all, cine field is not allowed to the Islam. Then singing songs are not allowed.
No,
then a girl, young girl.
Did they know, sir? Did they know way back when the Holy Quran was written, and when the Prophet laid down the scriptures, he knew that in 2017 there will be a reality show in which a girl will sing a song.
Go or not? That we are not questioning now. Now, only thing is,
what are you saying, sir?
Out of that Islamic principle, let her go. We are not going to,
he's saying
we are not disallowing. In that way, I am not for that.
आज 21वीं सदी में
Whatever
in
she
the
wants to go, she wants
21st
to decide
century,
her own
how
reason.
can you stop
In no way it is
Suhana
going to
when
affect
you
the society.
couldn't stop Begum
Our
Akhtar,
Islamic
Noor
society will not
Jahan,
be affected
Mohammad
by that.
Rafi in the past?
Shamshad Begum,
I
Noor
don't know
Jahan.
my history. I don't know my history very well, Zina Chaukat
Yeah,
Ali, but I'm
that's what I'm
sure
telling.
of one thing,
First
sir.
of
In
all,
680,
first of all,
you
in
did not
Islam,
have
Cinefield
70
is
mm
not
screen.
acceptable.
You did not have
Singing
movies.
songs are not
So
acceptable.
Cinefield is not allowed in Islam. Could not have been written then.
Whether it
could not have been written then. Inayatullah.
Decree passing.
Sayyid Inayatullah.
This is a
Sayyid
narrow
Inayatullah.
interpretation,
Can you please tell me? Did you watch a movie? Do you have a movie in your archive that dates back to 680, sir?
Like you.
See,
People like you are giving such a narrow interpretation today in the 21st
but
century.
in that, for our personal
such
life,
scriptures
we
are not
apply our
written
own
in the
principles
Quran.
and policies. Hinduism, Sikhism,
Who are
Buddhism,
you?
Islamism,
What do you mean by our own
Christianism, Jainism,
principles?
like that.
Who are
If
you
that
to
is
make
not
these
apply
principles?
those things, it will not
Who are you
help.
to make
So
these
that is why
principles,
let her
Sayyid
go.
Inayatullah Sahab?
We are not going to object
आप
to
होते
it.
कौन है?
Who are you to
आप
object
होते
to
कौन है
it?
ऑब्जेक्ट करने
I
वाले?
can't believe this man tonight. I just can't believe this man
ठीक है,
tonight.
ज़ीनत शौकत अली, ज़ीनत शौकत
let her
अली,
remove the
इस्लाम
hijab.
में,
Let her
in
take out that
Islam,
burqa.
in Islam, do
let her
these
wear the
people
jeans pant and
have
t-shirt and go and sing.
opportunity?
Why you want to bring that
Dr.
identification of the
Zinat
Islam
Shaukat
there?
Ali, in
We don't have
21st
that
century
Islamic
India.
identification.
Yes.
By wearing burqa and hijab and all those things.
If he stops talking, I can say something.
Okay.
Zina Chaukat Ali, how can we have such people sitting there and talking about sermonizing?
Do you think people like
Sayyid
him
Inayat-
can be
I
the
want to say
custodians
something,
of the
Yeah.
religion?
But I can't hear what she's saying.
Do you think people like him can be the custodians of religion in 21st century India? Will they decide whether Suhana Saeed can sing or not, what she should wear, in front of whom she can sing, and what will happen to her parents? उनको जन्नत नसीब होगी या नहीं? क्या ये custodians हैं आपके इस्लाम के जो decide करेंगे?
No, that you're quite right. You see, what he's
We are not
talking
telling, we are
about
not
is
telling.
absolutely, patriarchal.
Like,
that this is
if
my
she-
point of view and it
if
must
she wants
prevail.
to identify
I
as
don't
a
think that is
Muslim.
correct at all.
No,
And
if she wants
the
to
decision
identify
making
herself
has
as a
to be left
Muslim,
to each
let her
person
follow the
individually.
Islamic principles.
And I would like to
Otherwise,
point out, sir,
let her go
I
to
want
hell or
to-
heaven.
I want to
In
say
what way it is
something
going
from
to
the
affect
Islamic
us?
point of
It is
view.
a
May I
secular
say?
country.
Sir, there is only
Anything
one
is allowed.
person right now who a lot of the people watching this broadcast don't care where they go to. And I think that person is on this panel tonight, Sayyid Inayatullah, and that person is not 22-year-old Suhana Saeed. So please pipe down for a bit, because what you're saying is absolutely irrational, and you're only irking people who are already angry with the way Suhana Saeed has been treated. So please keep quiet for some time. My first question to you was, were you there in 600 AD? Do you have a movie that is archived from 600 AD? Because that was around the time, if I've got my dates right and my history right, that the Holy Book was written. I don't know if there was something called the Cinefield that was mentioned there. So from there on, what you're talking is all flying kites. So let's not talk about that.
The period may change. That doesn't mean that our Islamic principles will change.
So sir, if it is not there, then it is not there, because that's what you swear by, right?
Let me also tell you, when this comes to me,
our principles will not change.
comes to me, Sayyid Inayatullah, this comes to me from a progressive Muslim man who's watching this show, Firoz Ahmad Bakht. He says, Prophet Muhammad loved to see his granddaughter singing on the occasion of Eid. So
Not only that, I was going to say something more than that.
किसी को गाना की.
I was going to say something more than that.
And it's
You see, I want to make it very clear.
Islamic community itself.
Since Navika, we are talking about Islam, I want you to know, when the Prophet came from Makkah to Medina, and when people were waiting very anxiously because he was traveling in a very dangerous desert, to reach his place. And when he reached over there were many ladies and many gents who sang for him, and who welcomed him in that way, in the way that Arabs, as a matter of fact, they use an instrument called the daf, what you call the tambourine without the tassels. They use the daf, and these are recorded in history. So you see, for us to go back, to deny, to live in this world of denial, is to belittle, is not speaking of Islam correctly. So let us now rise and shine. It is time that we understand that India is a very syncretic country. We are in a very syncretic culture. And to bring overtones in religion, and to have this patriarchal, misogynistic attitude and live in the world of denial. I think we have to get over that very, very fast. And the quicker we get over it, sir, the better for you. And also, I would tell the government that to please hold accountable these troll writers and to bring them to books. Enough is enough. Every second day a woman is being abused, either for rape or for singing or for, or acting in a film. I mean, these are not done, and we have to bring these people to books and punish them and condemn such acts.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've been showing you Suhana Saeed's visuals, and below it we've been putting out in bold what the Mangalore Muslims posted in their post. Frankly, the more I see that, more I do not want to see that what's written at the bottom, what they said. She was abused for singing. We want to see her singing. We want to hear her singing, just that. We don't want the fact that she was bullied. We don't want to see what these people from Mangalore Muslims had to say with this group called MAG, because this is what is India. This is the spirit of India.
Suhana Saeed, the Anand, more power to Suhana Saeed
this
and
is
many
the India
like
we
her
stand for. This is the India we are proud of.
And sing songs from another religion, and this is what will bring the unity, and this is the real meaning of secularism in this country.
Right.
And that is what India stands for.
Absolutely
a united
right.
India without any differences between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs or Christians.
Absolutely right. Shall I say something?
Yes, before we wind up.
Before we wind up tonight, we take a short break, and thanks very much to all our panelists for joining us.
Well, Navika, just allow 30 more seconds, please, because she just started. Zina Chaukat Ali wanted to say something.
I just wanted to talk about the syncretic culture that you have mentioned. When Hazrat Mir Mia was invited by the 5th Guru, by the Sikh Guru, Arjun Dev, to lay the foundations of the Golden Temple, and Raja Ram Mohan Roy himself interacted and learnt, exchanged with Sufism and what he came out with. So you have to understand that this is a very important culture. It is a very important part of India, this syncretic culture, and is something that we have to preserve and something that we have to fight for.
It emanates from Sufism.
It comes
from an integral part of celebration and connecting with the Lord as far as Sufism
and
is concerned. That's the ethos. That's
accepting other people. Yeah. God has sent a prophet to every nation.
So if anybody from that Mangalore Muslims group is watching the Newshour tonight, I think you need to put down those posts voluntarily and also apologize to 22-year-old Suhana Saeed, and also join us in saying India stands with Suhana. We're going to wind up this edition of the Newshour on that note. Thank you.
Thank you.